Hey, Bailey over here at Simply Street Bikes. We figured today we would go over 5 of, in my opinion, the biggest things to do when storing your motorcycle. Not all of us get to, store stuff at home, but if you are storing in a nice warm environment at home, there's still some things you need to do so you're not gonna have a bad time when you come back to it here in the spring. Honestly, these are all things also for the most part that we do when we have bikes in here for our storage stuff. There's obviously a 25-point inspection we'll go over as well. So we obviously do a much bigger thing, but this is the 5 bigger things I think everyone should be focusing on. Honestly, one of my biggest things everyone should be doing when you are storing your bike, before you put it away for the year, just wash it. I don't care if you give it a nice wipe down, if you give it the full hose effect, anything like that, just wipe it down with the microfiber. Kind of the nicest part about that is A, your bike's not sitting with bug guts on it, wrecking the paint. You're not sitting there with dust kind of just getting real grimy. And it also gives you a really big opportunity to be able to look at all the fasteners on your bike, check your fluid levels, see what your oil is looking like, because you're all in that area detailing anyways. So honestly, we sell a plethora of products. We're very big fans of all the Vengeance stuff. We've got microfibers here for you. Obviously your basic spray polish that I know a lot of the guests here really like. So definitely, we also have some value packs, which is pretty cool. The second biggest thing that I can really say will work well for you, if you're keeping it in your garage, regardless of how clean you think it is, you're gonna wanna put a cover on it. Doesn't matter how long it sits, it's gonna get dusty. Why do all the cleaning and stuff if it's just gonna get covered in dust again? And the other nice part about having it covered, say something small does fall off one of the shelves, above your bike or anything like that, instead of having quite a big gouge in your paint or anything like that, this bad boy is going to save you right here. What's nice too, the Cover Max ones that we carry here in stock, we carry them in 2 sizes for your sport touring, sport bikes, your cruisers, all that fun stuff. They do have a 2-year limited warranty as well, so you don't have to worry about it, crapping out on you right away. So we have these. We can also get a hold of all the fancy ones. We have even some of the OEM Suzuki covers in stock. Your heart's content, we can get it. But honestly, this is more just, for peace of mind. I put one on my bike when it's just sitting on the street for an extended period of time for the same reason. That way, if anything does happen, we're covered. Honestly, in my opinion, the most important thing you need to be doing, regardless if you're storing it for the winter or if you're just leaving it sit for a month or more, say you're going on vacation, battery tender. You gotta have one. Basically what happens with a lot of the standard AGM batteries, they lose a % of charge a day. Once they fall below 70% of charge, the battery itself starts to just die. So having something like this, these are float style chargers, so they're gonna constantly be sending voltage as it needs. So instead of constantly charging it all the time, if your battery's up to that 14.1 volts, these guys are gonna say, all right, cool, we're gonna chill out for a little bit, we'll check on you again in a little bit. So there's no way to overcharge your battery, blow it up. These, you can just set it and forget it. So even if it is gonna be in a heated environment, even if you're taking the battery out and bringing it inside for the year, you're still gonna run into death by not having a charge. So you need to have one of these on here at all times. All of our bikes that we sell here do come with the pigtails to hook up to these. We carry the Optimate brand exclusively just because honestly from a quality standpoint they are the best. I've used a lot of different brands myself. These just seem to work well, and we have them in a lot of different variations and price points, so it can work for anybody out there. Kind of one of the other bigger things that I would say goes hand in hand with what I was saying about washing the bike to see if you really need maintenance, see what your oil level and stuff is do your basic maintenance. There's always the big battle of, do I do my oil change before I put it away? Do I do it after? My opinion, it's personal preference. As long as you're getting it changed out before you ride or next season, you're gonna be good to go. But kind of same thing, you're checking all those fasteners, all those, pivot points and stuff like that. You want to get a good lubrication on all those points, make sure they're not going to kind of seize up while it's sitting there. Make sure your chain's nice and coated, less of a chance for corrosion if it is sitting kind of more salty environment. I mean, a lot of stuff like that could be issues when you take it out next season can be cured from a simple, okay, I've noticed exactly what I need, bam, I've got all the stuff to do it. You don't want that icky brake fluid sitting in there. You don't want icky coolant sitting for months on end. You know how our winters can be. We could be here 3 months or 7 months. So you want to take care of that stuff so you have no big issues, because obviously we all know here, springtime comes around, the shop is stacked up, and you don't want to be waiting any longer to get out there than the rest of us do. And final thing, which is also super duper important on the carbureted bikes, is stabilizing your fuel. please do it. It's so cheap to do. We carry both the Startron and the Stable 360 down here. Stable 360 is what we use in the shop for every single one of our winter storage bikes. The nice part, especially about the 360, even if you don't fill your tank all the way up, it does emit a vapor to coat the rest of it, so you don't have to worry about rust building up inside the tank. But honestly, having stabilized fuel so your bike's not running like crap the next year, and it will actually start, is one of the biggest things you can do. And why I say too, especially doing that on carbureted bikes, if you're not running stabilized fuel through that system, you will almost every time have major running issues the next year. You know, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, but this is a very good way to guarantee you're not gonna have that happen, at least to a certain extent. Also, making sure you drain your float bowls, stuff like that. Even if you can't drain the float bowls, having stabilized fuel in there is much better than just your your standard run-of-the-mill fuel sitting in there. Like I said, these are all things that we generally do here in the shop for our winter storage stuff. We have multiple packages. We do our 25-point inspections. So we do a lot of this, but this is like for your home guy that's got it sitting there. These, in my opinion, have been the 5 most important things that I have told people for the last 7 years, and there's nothing you can do to change my mind. If you need any of these things, we carry them all here in stock. We're all more than happy to answer any questions you have. I mean, that's what we're here for at the end of the day. Again, my name's Bailey. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, right?